पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेतः यच्छेयस्यानिश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम् Chacha. Pass. Karpanya of miserliness. Dosha by the weakness. Upahata being afflicted. Swabhava characteristics. Prachami I am asking. Tvam unto you. Dharma religion. Sammuda bewildered. Cheta in heart. Yat what? Shreya all good. Syat maybe. Nishchitam confidently. Bruhi tell. Tat that. May unto me. Shishya disciple. Te your. Aham I am. Sadhi just instruct. Mam me. Tvam unto you. Prapannam surrendered. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of my miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is the best for me. Please instruct me. So, as you know, that the Bhagavad Gita is spoken at is just about to go to fight a battle. And at the last moment, he gets cold feet. And Krishna says, put some warm socks on. This is Alberta. It can get really cold here. So Krishna is trying to convince Arjuna to fight the battle. And that's what the whole Bhagavad Gita is all about, in a nutshell. So, at this point, Arjuna has given all the reasons to Krishna why he doesn't want to fight. The whole chapter 1 was full of setting the scene, who's on the battlefield, what's going on, where everybody is standing, what they're saying to each other, and mainly Arjuna speaking why he doesn't want to fight the battle and what he rather do than fight the battle. So, of course, uh, one side that most people from India agree with, oh, Arjuna is saying the right thing. Why fight? Fight should be avoided. Right? Yes, fight should be avoided as much as possible. But when it is not possible, then one must fight. Because that's what we train the soldiers and army and everything else for. That when it is time for somebody to stand up to protect the country and the citizens, this army will stand up and protect us. But at that last moment, if the army says, okay, I'm putting my guns down, then what have we done all our life training this army to go and protect us? We have it's taken so much of taxpayers' money, right, to train the army, the commanders, the chiefs, that when the time comes, they will pick up the arm and go and protect the citizens and the country. And if they don't, that's a problem. We trained you all your life for this day, and when the day arrives, yes, I don't want to fight. That's why Arjuna is saying that it is miserly, karpanya. You know what is karpanya? What is the opposite of karpanya? Karpanya stands for krapan. Somebody is krapan. And the opposite of krapan is Sharma or Brahman. The opposite of krapan is Brahman. What is the meaning of Brahman? Not just my last name. Just my last name does not make me Brahman. Brahman, the word Brahman means the one who is generous, generously gives anything and everything that he has or he possesses. He is ready to give, provide, look after the whole village or town. As long as there is something to eat in a Brahmana's home, nobody in the village should be going hungry. Otherwise, it's shameful for the Brahmana. Because the Brahmana in the Vedic system, according to the Vedic system, is the leader of the society. And the leader of the society has chappan bhog to eat, but others in the village have nothing, is not fair. And Brahmana means one who does not let that happen. Brahmana means generous. My doors are always open. Anybody and everybody, welcome. At the time of the meal, anybody in the village doesn't have anything, come on down. And or if I know from beforehand, I will open up my storage for you. Come and take. Cook at your own home. Don't get my wife to do all the cooking. If you are lacking, then you take. So that's why, according to the Shastra, you would read and hear and understand that Shastra always says donate to Brahman. Never says donate to Vaishya. Never says give dan to a Kshatriya. Does it ever say give dan to a fourth class, Harijan, scheduled caste, whatever you call them? Never. Why? There is a reason behind that. The reason behind that is if a Brahmana has enough, then everybody else will be looked after. But if you load up a Vaishya Pravarti person, then he would just keep filling and filling and filling and filling and wait for the right moment when nobody has anything to eat and I can make more profit out of this. That is the Vaishya's business. So that's why the Shastra never says donate to a Vaishya. And similarly, the the Shastra doesn't say donate to Kshatriya or fourth class people. Always donate to Brahmana. Now you know why Shastra always says to donate to a Brahmana. Now the responsibility is both ways. I am not a Brahmana just because I am born in a Brahmana family. And if my tendency is Vaishya and I just keep on accepting donation and keep filling my own pocket and my own storage, then that makes me non different. I may be a Brahman by birth, but makes me a non different than Vaishya because I am taking whatever is coming, filling it in my own pocket, filling in my own storage, and keeping it for me. I'm not freely giving it out. So that will be Karpanya. So in this situation, Arjuna is calling himself Karpanya. Why he's calling himself Karpanya is the country has invested so much in me to train me for the day of the battle. And today, the time comes to go to war. I have become Karpanya. I don't want to go to war. I want to put my Gandhi down and not go through the trouble of going into the war. So he's accepting himself to be Karpanya. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying, by nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. Perplexity is just confusion. In every step, there is perplexity. And therefore, it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. This is such a wonderful uh, picture of His Holiness Bhakti Marg Swami Maharaj. Uh, Again and again, it feels like he's himself standing here. Doesn't look like a picture. looks looks like he's here standing. Rather than a picture, it looks like he's standing right there. So, uh, you learned something new today. Why Karpanya and why Brahman and what is Brahman and why Shastra always says donate to a Brahman. The second thing is about perplexity. This is the Bhagavad Gita. Uh, all of us are adults in this room. Uh, in our adult life, especially, we get perplexed, we get confused. We have questions, but we don't know who to ask. Even having a whole system, I have a mother, I have a father, I have brother, I have a sister, I know the local priest. Even sometimes I have a guru. You cannot just pick up the phone and, okay, guru, I have this question. And even if you have the ability to pick up the phone and call your guru, sometimes or most times you don't want to because of so many reasons. Sometimes you think, oh, what would he say? This is such a stupid question. This is just a small thing. Maybe he'll laugh at me. What would he think? So, in our life, that juncture comes actually more often than we anticipate. We just don't know who to ask, how to ask. We're completely perplexed, confused, don't know what to do. So, if you have a Bhagavad Gita at home, I will tell you a trick about the Bhagavad Gita today. You want to know? So, you take the Bhagavad Gita, touch it to your head with all respect, and think of your guru, Srila Prabhupada, or whoever you think of, and take the Bhagavad Gita and put both your hands like this. Chant the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and open just wherever it opens, just wherever. Hmm? Chachi confirmed. You open the Bhagavad Gita and you start reading. I am sure, I promise you, you will not have to read the whole rest of the Bhagavad Gita. Within 2 or 3 pages, your answer will be right there. You don't have to go and ask anybody a question if you're not comfortable. You do it. So, if you are comfortable asking a question, we're not saying don't talk to people, don't ask anybody you trust. But I know in the adult life, there is there are things on our mind, questions and confusions that we want to know the answer, but we don't want to ask. Sometimes it's just too personal. I don't even want to ask my husband or my wife about this. What would he or she think? It's just too personal sometimes. So you can just simply, with faith, devotion, and all respect, open up the Bhagavad Gita anywhere, and I guarantee you, you'll get the answer. Chachi is confirming. This Mataji is confirming. What's your name? Manisha Mataji is confirming. My father told me about this trick close to uh, 50 years ago. And I have been doing it. First, I did not trust him, meaning I was young. I was thinking, oh, my father just has too much faith and he's just saying out of, like blind faith. I thought maybe he's just saying out of blind faith. And I don't think it will work. But every time I have tried since, the answer is right there. Always find the answer within first 2 pages. I am just saying 3 pages to be on the safe side, but within the first 2 pages. What's your experience, Manisha Mataji? How many pages?
Only like whichever I see first, but my content is totally different. It's not only like I have question and then I do this technique, but I do what Krishna is message for me for today.
Yes,
So that I do
that's,
for this purpose.
yeah,
Not
you can
every
do
time
that
for the question.
as well. What is Krishna's message for me for today? So you can open the Bhagavad Gita anywhere and open it and get instruction. So further, uh, Krishna tries to explain to Arjuna in 3 ways why he should fight the battle. Okay, so these 3 ways are also known as three yogas. These 3 ways are three yogas. So the 6 chapters of the 18th chapter Bhagavad Gita is one yoga. The next 6 chapters are the second yoga, and the next 6 chapters are the third yoga. But if you read Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, although the Bhakti Yoga is supposed to come from chapter 12 to 18, he starts to explain the Bhakti Yoga from 1 1. And somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, why, when Bhakti is not introduced by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita till much later, why you start talking about Bhakti from 1 1? Srila Prabhupada said, life is too short. People's patience is too small. Who knows if they will start reading from 1 1 and ever get to chapter 12? So I start introducing the Bhakti Yoga from chapter 1 only. That is, you can call it Srila Prabhupada's trick, but really it is Srila Prabhupada's compassion upon us. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna doesn't talk about Bhakti till chapter 12. But Srila Prabhupada starts talking about Bhakti right from the start. So the first 6 chapters are known as Gyan Yoga. These 3 yogas are, can somebody tell us who are these 3 yogas? What are these 3 yogas? Gyan Yoga and Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Yes. So these 3 yogas are Gyan Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. So what is in the Gyan Yoga? Knowledge.
Knowledge about one's
Knowledge about?
one's like how you know yourself first, what
Yes.
you are, who you are.
Yes. So uh, Arjun is in Vishad Yoga, Shok. He is feeling sorry for everybody in front of him that with my arrows, all of these people are going to get killed. I am so powerful. My arrows, because he's already had the experience in the Virat war that he defeated all of them. He said, now this is a war. I'll have to kill them all. And I don't want to kill them. This is Vishad. This is Shoka. I am feeling sorry for all these people that I'm going to have to kill. And even after killing them, I will still feel sorry that I killed them. My life will not be worth living anymore. I will live the rest of the life with sorrow. So, what does Krishna say? You understand what you're looking at. What you are seeing, first part of the Gyan Yoga, is what you are seeing is bodies. You're not seeing people. You are seeing their bodies. And their bodies will definitely die. Don't feel sorry for Nashwan body, perishable body, which is destined to die no matter what. No matter what happens, this perishable body will die. So, why feel sorry for these perishable bodies that are going to die anyways? In the form of Kala, I'm going to eat each and every one of them up. Krishna is the supreme annihilator also. Everything will go and towards the end because of the Kal Chakra. Under the influence of the Kala, we are all going towards our death every day. Even a little child who's born yesterday, where is he going? Towards death only. So, why feel sorry for the body? How does Krishna explain the body? Body is Dehino asminyatha dehe Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara Tatha Dehantar Prapte Dhirastatra Namoyati. That this body is Dehino asminyatha dehe Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara. Is born as a little baby. When a little baby is born, babies are, uh, in a broad sense, about 3-4 kgs. And when somebody dies, you go to pick up the ashes. If the body is cremated, you go to pick up the ashes and you bring the ashes home. They weigh just about the same, 3-4 kg. No gain, no loss. जो लेके आए थे चले. So the baby is born, goes towards boyhood, goes towards youth, goes towards old age, and dwindles, the body dwindles and dies. And then that body takes birth again. That's what Krishna says, Dhirastatra namoyati. Those who are knowledgeable, they feel sorry not for the life and not for the death. What is birth and death? It's just a change of clothing. In India, many people say, uh, if somebody is passed away, some sadhu, sannyasi, guruji, gone, they don't say that sadhu has died, what do they say? उन्होंने चोला बदल लिया. Out of respect, they say उन्होंने चोला बदल लिया. बाकी कोई जाता है आम आदमी को तो कहते हैं स्वर्गवास हो गया, चाहे हमें पक्का पता है ये व्यक्ति नरक में गया है, लेकिन फिर भी हम कहते हैं स्वर्गवास हो गया. लेकिन अगर कोई साधु संत है तो कहते हैं चोला बदल लिया. He has been reborn wherever, in whatever state. But that is actually true for all of us. हम सबको चोला ही बदलना है. It is just a change of body. So, in that verse, Dehino asminatha dehe, deras tatrana moyati, Krishna says, don't be bewildered by death or birth of this body, because what is inside this body that is keeping this body alive neither has death nor has birth. If we ask somebody for their date of birth, they will say, oh, such and such. It's listed on our passport and everything else. But whose date of birth is it? That is the date of birth of the body, not me. Then the date of birth will, the date of death will also come. Those who are gone, and we need to report that to the government somehow. They say, okay, what is the date of death? And this is the date of death. That date of death is the date of death of the body. That soul never died. So, second aspect of the Gyan Yoga is to understand, first to understand the body and then to understand the soul. What does it say about soul? What does Krishna say about soul? Nainan chindanti shastrani nainandahati pavaka. This soul cannot be cut into pieces, cannot be burned, cannot be withered. Nothing can happen to the soul. By that, many people think, oh, soul must be made of such a hard material that nothing can happen. But it is not. It is very soft. And although Krishna says soul doesn't have this, soul doesn't have that, soul doesn't have that, yeah, you can't do this to the soul, you can't do that to the soul. But Krishna never says the soul doesn't have feeling, because it does. Soul is the only one that has the feeling. Because this body made of the Panch Mahabhut, what feeling is it going to have? When somebody's soul leaves the body and you take them to the cremation and the fire gets them, do they feel pain? No pain. Why? So if the body was supposed to feel the pain, then it should still feel the pain, but it doesn't. It doesn't feel the pain, because the pain is going to be felt by the soul. If somebody touches our body or hits it, we feel a touch, we feel the pain if somebody hits it. Who's feeling? Soul is feeling. Because if there is no soul, even if they give you anesthesia, They can cut your body all they want and fix, and that's what surgeons do. Cut the body, fix, put another part in, do this, do that. Does it the patient find out? No, because patient was under the influence of the anesthesia. Anesthesia means that chetana, the symptom of the soul is chetana, consciousness. So when you give anesthesia, the chetana, the consciousness is temporarily taken away. The body, although breathing, is just as good as dead, because now you can cut him any way you want, will not say anything, do anything to that body. That soul, although is there, but temporarily we have separated the chetna, the consciousness, from the soul, and you leave this person alone slowly and gradually. The effect of the anesthesia will wear off, and the soul will become conscious again. So that's the second thing, knowing that uh, we are not this body, we are spirit soul. So Krishna's message to Arjuna is, why feel sorry for the body that you cannot save? It will be killed. You don't kill it, I will kill it. And why feel sorry for the soul? Because you have no arrow to kill the soul. Even a Brahmastra cannot kill somebody's soul, can it? Soul cannot be killed. There is no weapon. Nobody has a weapon that can kill a soul. So, why feel sorry for the soul? And when the soul enters a body and before it leaves a body, there is a life in between. And that life is full of utar chadha. Matra sparsastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukha. The happiness and distress will come and go. So that is Gyan Yoga, that don't be sorry for the body and don't be sorry for the soul. If you're not sorry for the body, you're not sorry for the soul, who are you feeling sorry for? The second part, everybody understands the Gyan Yoga? Clear? The second part is the Karma Yoga. Like they say, कर्म किए जा फल की इच्छा मत करे इंसान, जैसे कर्म करेगा वैसे फल देगा भगवान, ये है गीता का ज्ञान. गीता का ज्ञान means you uh, as you sow, so shall you reap. Whatever you will do, you will have to bear the consequence. So, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to do our duty. What is our duty? Prescribed duty, everybody has. These duties are also called dharmas. Dharma doesn't mean religion only, dharma means duties. So, one has so many duties. You are born, a mother has given you a birth, you have a duty towards your mother. A father has looked after you, you have a duty towards your father. You have a brother or sister, they give you so much love and care, you have a duty towards them. Then we keep on increasing all our duties. So, similarly, further up, if you're a Brahmana, your duty is to learn and teach. Patan, 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 patan. Learn and teach. And if you are a Kshatriya, then you are the whole country is investing in you to become a warrior. So when the time comes, the day comes to protect the other citizens, the Kshatriya will pick up the weapon and go to protect the rest of us. So that is a prescribed duty of the Kshatriya, just like a Brahmana has a prescribed duty, Kshatriya has a prescribed duty. So if you follow your prescribed duty, no matter what you do, even if in the Karmakanda system you follow your prescribed duty, you are guaranteed, if you honestly followed your prescribed duty, you're guaranteed heaven, Swarg. At least Swarga you will get if you followed your duty. So Krishna is not talking about bhakti so far, just talking about karma. There is three kinds of karma mainly. There is pap, there is punya, and then there is akarma. So pap is what you're not supposed to do. Punya is good deeds, and akarma is something that we do for the pleasure of the Lord. It's not for me, it's not for my mom, it's not for my dad, it's not for my children, it's not for my wife, it's not for my husband, it's for Krishna. That is akarma. Akarma is going to free us from this material world, and pap and punya is going to tie us more and more to this world. So Krishna is saying, if you do not follow your dharma of fighting right now, you will be receiving very welcome invitations from all the all the hellish planets. You are welcome. You don't want to follow your dharma? We are here for you. We look after you. If you follow your dharma, your prescribed duty, then you are sure to go to heavenly places. So if you fight, that is your prescribed duty. No matter what happens, you get heavenly planets at least. Of course, the ultimate goal is not heavenly planets. I'm not saying. But to understand the Karma Yoga, so far, what is Krishna explaining to Arjuna is, if you put your weapon down, that will be pap, because you are refusing to follow your prescribed duty. And if you pick up your weapon and go to fight, you are guaranteed heavenly planets. So, if you pick up the weapon and fight, you could win, you will enjoy the kingdom of the world. And if you don't, then hell. If you do not win and you die in the battlefield, you will still get heavenly planets. So that's why the people who die in the battlefield, they're not called dead, they're called martyrs. शहीद, ये व्यक्ति शहीद हो गया. कोई नहीं कहता मर गया. कोई कहता है ये बैटल में मर गया? नहीं, शहीद हो गए. तो ये शहीद होना कोई नई चीज नहीं है. अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर वैदिक स्क्रिप्चर्स, ये शहादत शुरू से ही है. So following your own prescribed duty, if you die, you're not dead, you are Shaheed, Veer. It's not death, it's Veergati, not Mrityu. So, if you pick up the weapon and fight, both ways you have laddu in both your hands. You eat this laddu of enjoying the heavenly planets, or you eat this laddu of enjoying the earthly kingdom. If you don't fight, then no laddu for you. No laddu, not this laddu, not that laddu, no laddu. What laddu you will get? You go to hell and you will be called a coward for the rest of your life. So many Hindus, many Indians are very convinced with the uh, Arjuna's arguments. And many devotees also. They still think that it wasn't good to fight because they don't understand the intricacy of dharma. Like we say, anger is bad, right? We say anger is bad. But according to the Shastra, anger is not bad. Bad anger is bad. Anger is bad at the wrong time, at the wrong place, in the wrong circumstances. But when the right time to get angry comes and you miss it, you are adharmi because you did not get angry. The example is right here in the Bhagavad Gita or in the Mahabharata. Dhritarashtra, Bhishmatama, Kripacharya, Dronacharya, they were all sitting there when Draupadi was being disrobed. Right? Who got angry? Nobody got angry. Out of all these names I gave, nobody got angry. Do we respect that? The Draupadi is being disrobed, and these people they chose to not get angry. It is not a good quality because when it's time to get angry, one must get angry for the right reason. Getting angry anytime for wrong reason or whatever reason is not appreciated. But right time, right circumstance, right reason, you must get angry. Somebody got angry and they are appreciated. Like who? Vidur? Jatayu. Jatayu got very angry at Ravana. Jatayu knew that he cannot stand Ravana. Ravana is way too powerful. But Jatayu did not give up. He said, no, it's time for me to get angry. It's time for me to fight. I'm going to do it no matter what. No matter what happens, I'm going to try to protect Devi Sita as much as I can. Because one day we're going to die anyway. Why be afraid of that? To do the right thing. So he attacked Ravan, knowing fully well he cannot win. And what did he get? Here is a bird. We still worship her today. We still worship Jatayu today. Lord Ram came himself finding Jatayu. And Lord Ram referred to him as what? You're just like my father. Lord Ram appreciated He never said to Jatayu, "Why did you attack Ravan? Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?" He appreciated that. And he built a samadhi for this bird. He performed full anteshti, cremation, for a bird. The Supreme Personality of Godhead performing a full anteshti for a bird and built a samadhi called him Mahatma Jatayu. You can still go to the samadhi of Jatayu today. It's still there. Thousands of people go and offer respects to the samadhi of Jatayu even today. So, what is the credit to Jatayu? Jatayu got angry at the right time. So, Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that it is not the time to be weak hearted right now. It is not the time to walk away from the war because we have already tried all the methods. We've already tried to avoid this war so many ways. But if nothing is working, this war must take place. So, uh, that was Karam Kanda, that if you accept the war, you win. If you win the war, you win. If you lose the war, you still win. But if you do not accept, then whatever happens, you're a loser. Then Krishna explains the third. Third is Bhakti Yoga. Everybody understands Karma Yoga. Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means Bhakti Yoga is based on akarma, not pap, not punya, akarma. Akarma is devotional service, acting on behalf of Krishna, doing something, performing karma to please Krishna. So, uh, when we perform something to please Krishna, that becomes a act of bhakti, that becomes devotional service. So, whatever pap comes from that, we don't carry. Krishna takes that. And whatever punya comes from that, we don't carry. Krishna takes that. Because pap and punya both are binding. So Krishna says to Arjuna, you don't want to fight for yourself? It's okay. Don't fight for yourself. Fight for me. I am here to re-establish the religious principles. Krishna says that he comes to this material world for what reasons? Paritranaya sadhuna, to protect the righteous. Vinashaya cha dushkratam, to annihilate the miscreants. Dharma sanstapnarthaya, to re-establish the religious principles. So I am performing my karma as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's my duty to establish the religious principles. And if you pick up the weapon to help me establish the religious principles, it is credit to you. Otherwise, I can do it myself. There is nothing that I cannot do. I can do it myself as Kala, or I can pick up your Gandhi right now and carry on with the rest of this world. But you are here. It is your duty. It's your country. It's your citizens. This, you are inheriting this from your father. If you pick up the weapon and fight for yourself, then you would be following your prescribed duty. You don't want to do it for prescribed duty. You want to give up, then pick up the weapon for me and fight the battle. You're worried about getting all the pop? No pop will come to you. All the pop will come to me because now this is a battle of dharma, not the battle of sense gratification. I just want to win something. Because if you look deeply, what in this world is cheapest? Can somebody suggest what is cheapest other than advice? What is the cheapest? Huh? Cheapest to quit? Material. Cheapest material. Dirt? What is cheaper than dirt? Anything cheaper than dirt? What is cheaper than dirt? Huh? Yeah? Yeah? Or no? Nothing cheaper than dirt? Air? Air. Yeah, it is not material. Air can be very expensive. Yeah. Any material, nothing is cheaper than dirt. And what are all the fights about? What is everybody fighting over? Dirt. If you go to the court in any country, look up all the cases, you will find more than 50% cases are between brothers, real brothers. Over what? Dirt. 1 inch of my land. Everybody is fighting over dirt, which is cheapest. Nothing cheaper. And this dirt is so amazing that everything we see comes out of this dirt. You see anything that doesn't come out of the dirt? Somehow or the other, the origin will be dirt. There's drywall, wood behind, stucco, our bodies, clothes we're wearing. Where is it all coming from? That dirt. And one day, everything we see, where is it going to end up? In the end, everything will go into the dirt. Everything comes out of the dirt, and everything in the end will be gone into the dirt. So, Krishna is saying to Arjuna in the uh, Buddhi Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga or Buddhi Yoga are one and the same. That if you don't want to perform your duty, you want to give up your duty, give up. But I have a duty. Help me perform my duty. Then your karma, pap or punya, I will take. So that is not just a message for Arjuna, it is a message for everyone. Because whatever we do, if we do it for ourselves or for our own sense gratification, it will generate some kind of karma. Even taking a life of a plant, karma. Even cleaning up your house will cause some karma. Cutting up vegetables, sometimes some other things will be cut up. Anytime you cook, you will be killing some jivas. So cannot get away from karma, except if everything we do it for pleasure of Krishna. That's the only way we can protect ourselves from karma. So Krishna says to Arjuna, fight the battle for me. So that was Bhakti Yoga. I could explain it to you all night, but I don't have the whole night. I would like to also take some questions and talk to you and get to know you. Any questions or comments? Yes. Krishna Chitra Prabhu.
I was just wondering, Prabhu, we accept we give donation only to Brahmanas. Is it based on the Vedas that they are able to control the element of greed compared to the other classes?
Yes. If you are greedy, you are not Brahmana. You are Karpanya. You are Kripana. You can be Kripana or Brahmana. So when the Shastra says give to Brahmana, because whoever is donating cannot go and donate to each and every person, right? So you give it to people who would look after others, not just look after themselves. So that's the idea of donating to the Brahmana, that if you donate to the Brahmana will look after his whole block, as we have block watches over here. We have block watches in Alberta, or village, or subdivision, whatever have you. If that Brahmana in that place, in the locality, has all the facility, then Brahmana, it's Brahmana's duty to make sure that nobody in the locality goes uh, without that. If the Brahmana doesn't have, then it becomes the duty of the Kshatriya to provide to the Brahmana. And again, the duty is both ways. Kshatriya's duty is to Kshatriya or Shudra or Vaishya, everybody should be donating to Brahmana. But Brahmana should also be donating whatever they get to the needy. That is why the Shastra says to donate to Brahmana. We know this from childhood. Shastra always says to donate to Brahmana. But we just don't know why Shastra says that. Why is the Shastra so biased towards the Brahmana? This is the reason. Because Brahmana is a Brahmana, is not a Karpana. Kripana or Brahmana. You give it to Kripana, he'll keep. You give it to Brahmana, he'll spread. Hmm?
They forget their duties, Brahmana.
Yeah, so that's why they're not Brahmana.
Yeah. Is there any way to recognize the true Brahmana?
You give to the temple. The temple is looking after the needy.
So suppose we nowadays in this modern world, everybody is greedy and everybody wanna eat things. So we are not gonna go on their doors and to see their qualification, like are they Brahmanas actually or not. So is it okay if we don't see the Sharma thing behind them and we just donate in the like just for the Krishna, like ISKCON temples and all?
Yes.
So is that
So Srila Prabhupada has established these centers and temples to replace those Brahmanas, because those Brahmanas are not in existence. They're not there. They don't even know what Brahmana means. What is the meaning of the Brahmana? What is their duty? They think that my duty is to fill up my pockets and enjoy my senses.
Get more and more
You
donations.
get more and more. Why? Because I am born in a Brahmana family. It's your duty to donate to me.
Absolutely.
But they don't know what is my duty. Shastra also tells what is the duty of the Brahmana. But you will never hear it from Brahmana, because you will never hear it from anyone, because those who are speaking are mainly Brahmanas, anyways. They will never speak about their own duty, they will always speak about your duty. What is your duty? You give me. Why should I speak about what is my duty to give you and provide you? They will never do that. You never hear a Brahmana giving out the duties of a Brahmana towards the society. They'll never talk about that. Never. I'm not saying that. Srila Prabhupada said. Brahmanas.
No worries.
So every fault everywhere is everybody else's except the Brahmana, because the Brahmana always has the Vyasasan and he can always point fingers at others and nobody can point fingers at him. Srila Prabhupada never accepted that. He himself was born in a mercantile family. He never accepted that. He made everybody a Brahmana by nature.
Irrespective of their birth.
Yeah. So he created the society, temples, centers where needies can be looked after, and those who have ability to donate can donate to the institution. Nobody can in the institution can fill up their pockets. In our institution, everything has to be reinvested. Not allowed to keep money. You have money, you feed people. You feed their need. Print books, preach more, give them Krishna consciousness, give them name, give them Krishna in the form of prasadam, give them Krishna in the form of books, give them Krishna in the form of name, kirtan, give them Krishna in the form of speaking, the giving the knowledge, shravanam. Devotees are going and speaking and uh, explaining to people how to become Krishna conscious, why to become Krishna conscious, that they are providing free of charge. None of us charge for giving any knowledge, not our system. You invite me to speak at your program, $200. No, that is, yeah. In ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada never allowed that. Brahmana is supposed to freely give. You want to give? Then you're giving to the right source, because now this is going to go and benefit the whole society. You give to that Brahmana who's only now interested in filling up his own pocket, then your donation is not going so far. Any other question? Any comments? Chacha.
Two-part questions. One is given an analogy of patient who's lying,
Yeah.
right? So now he's not feeling the pain.
Yes.
He's under the correct.
Yeah.
So in that area of discussion, how is the consciousness or how is the soul, which is still in that body, different? Well, no, but I'm just asking the question. How is it different than the person who is actually not present, meaning
Yes. So One is temporary and one is permanent. So, as you know, you've heard that the consciousness, the body being conscious, is a sign of the presence of the soul. If the soul is present, the body is conscious. You hit somebody, it will pain if there is soul. But then there is an exception. If you administer anesthesia to them, then temporarily, not permanently, temporarily, that consciousness is disabled. And without doing anything, the consciousness comes back. What do you administer to people after giving them anesthesia to bring them back into consciousness? Nothing, just the time. They come back into consciousness if the soul is still alive. In this process, if the soul left, they will never come into consciousness again. If the soul is still there, then the consciousness will be regained automatically. You don't have to do anything. Now I give another injection to bring him back to consciousness. No, you don't have to. The soul is there, the physical activity inside is going on, the blood is flowing, everything is going on. So the consciousness, because of the presence of the soul, will be regained again. If the soul left, this person will never gain consciousness. That's it, it's gone. Clear? Next part.
Part was that if we are
Yes.
have consciousness, our body, still committing karma, no?
Committing karma?
Yeah, like the thinking stops.
Yes.
But huh?
Yes and no. Whatever you are thinking in your mind, you are supposed to suffer the consequence of that karma, that action. But in Kali Yuga, we are exempt. We can think all the bad that we want until we execute it. Action. When we execute it, then it will count as pap. On the other hand, if mentally you're performing any um, punya or uh, this uh, devotional activity, then that counts. You don't have to physically do it, you just do it mentally, it counts. Only in the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga Jivas have this discount that you perform any pap. But on the other hand, if you are performing pap in your brain, somehow or other, one day it's going to come out. It will manifest. Then it will get you. Until it doesn't manifest, there is no consequence.
Maybe
Yes.
in that regard, I would like to add something.
Yes.
That's my experience, or I also heard it from Guru. So, if we consider that we are doing karma while sleeping, that's why Premanand Maharaj says you can remember Radharani or Krishna, and you can go into complete sadhana even while sleeping,
Yes.
because you would be performing. Suppose we are just in the stage of sleeping, never consider like your body is gonna sleep. Say to your mind, you are gonna go into the sadhana. So you say Krishna, 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 you go to sleep, but that would be considered spiritual karma, or you would be in Krishna's service at that time. And if we don't consider that as a karma, like we are doing karma while sleeping, so again, the dreams and everything, our mind is finally working on something,
Yeah.
even we are sleeping. So it's good to consider like we are doing some karma, and why not to go in sadhana instead of directly moving into that stage. So that's just my perception or my
A-
understanding about it.
Any devotional activity you perform in your mind, it counts. Any pop you perform in your mind, it doesn't count.
But it's a good indication that it might manifest.
Yes,
Yeah.
it still is best to keep that kind of thought away from the mind, because one day it's going to manifest. So the discount is there.
May I add something?
Yes, please.
Like when we are sleeping, our mind still works. Like it doesn't matter. It is conscious. Like it also like proved that always it comes in our mind what we did in our whole day, what we think, what
Yes.
we thought in our whole day. So it's the best way to always devote all the work. Try to remember Lord Krishna in the whole in
While
your
you
daily
go to
life.
sleep.
Yeah, and obviously if you will like think about Krishna whole day in the whole activity, then obviously when you will sleep, there are probability that you will think about the Lord Krishna
Yes.
whole day.
And doing karma
Srila
in
Prabhupada
remembrance of Krishna.
said that the devotional service is 24 hours a day. So, how do you perform devotional service while you are asleep? This way. You can also perform devotional service while sleeping. Yeah, yeah, he is doing physically. That is another level. But even for regular devotees, they've been performing devotional service, and now they want to take a 6 hours rest to refresh their body and to come back again. Now, whatever you've done, the practical example is a 64 rounds day. Who has chanted 64 rounds in a day here before? So, what happens after you chant 64 rounds?
On that day,
Even
when
in
If
you
your
are
you
sleep,
chanted
you are
64 rounds in the day, you will be chanting at night.
and even
You
if
will
you will
not be
just
able
get
to
awake,
stop.
it comes from your tongue automatically, like
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Even if it doesn't come from your tongue, it is still
In your
just
subconscious.
going in your mind. We had a Mataji, Madhu Mataji, who trying to preach at the Bhakti Vriksha program in Vancouver. And we're trying to train everybody to go out and preach. And she has no exposure to anyone. She works as a security guard and she has a supervisor. So she's from Fiji. She tries to preach to the supervisor. And the supervisor was Paramatmavadi. He knew that he was not supposed to speak about his philosophy at work. So he was following his system. But when she went and bothered him to preach to him about Krishna consciousness, he preached her back. So she came back and we uh, loaded her with answers, and she went back and she got defeated again and came back, and so many times it happened. So I thought in the time came, we were having a moving program. Everybody in the Bhakti Vriksha had the program, had the opportunity to host the program in a rotating fashion. So by that time, her time came to host the program. I said, why don't you invite this person to your home? Because if you invite him to another place, he will not come, but for your own home, he may come. So he came, and we tried to explain, not personally, but just generally. And he's sitting on the sofa in front of me, almost paying no attention to what I have to say, paying no attention. I go, okay, what can I do? I cannot hammer him in his head if he doesn't want to pay any attention. He doesn't want to. So in the end, we said, okay, everybody get a set of beads and we will all chant one round of japa. So he's sitting on the sofa, somebody hands him the beads, he takes the beads and he slides them down. He's not chanting. But unfortunately or fortunately, his wife also came and she was sitting in with the women and she did not have the opportunity to, because everybody is looking. All the women are tied together like sardines packed up. So she cannot get away. So she chanted just to, for under peer pressure, whatever, how do you say no? She chanted one round of japa. Next day she calls Madhu. What was this chanting? It is not going out of my mind. I cannot stop chanting. That one round has had so much impact on my whole being, I cannot stop. And I know my husband doesn't like it. If he finds me chanting, that's it, my marriage is done. Can you tell me the way to get out of this? Madhu says, yes, chant more. Like a sharabi, drunkard person, tell him, oh, बहुत चढ़ गई, क्या करें? एक पैग और पी ले. क्या कहते हैं शराबी? यही कहते हैं ना. शराबी को पूछो कि चोट लग गई, क्या करूं? एक पैग पी ले. खांसी हो रही है, क्या करूं? एक पैग पी ले. जुकाम हो गया, क्या करूं? एक पैग पी ले. बुखार हो गया, क्या करूं? एक पैग पी ले. हड्डी टूट गई, क्या करूं? एक पैग पी ले. शराबियों का यही इलाज है. पता नहीं आप लोग किसी शराबी को जानते हो कि नहीं. तो उसी तरह से भक्तों का यही इलाज है. कीर्तन से परेशानी थोड़ा और कर लो, जब से परेशानी थोड़ा और कर लो. That is Krishna consciousness. Any other question? Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki. From Radha Govind Dev Ji, we brought some prasadam for all of you, and also some books. Whoever wants to get a Beyond Birth and Death, get a copy of the book and get some Radha Govind Dev prasadam.